$2,000 plus $1,400 plus $1,050 plus $300 for millions of low-income Americans. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I want to focus on 4 dedicated state stimulus check programs where checks have either been approved and about to go out, or they're in the final stages of getting approval. Let's get into it and talk through all the details, as some things have changed and eligibility requirements have changed in some of these programs. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as I am your one and only daily advocate. I'm watching all this information hitting the wire every single day, doing all the necessary research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay updated with what is actually going on right now, and so you can grab as much as you possibly can in regards to money, programs, checks, and anything else coming out right now for the low income and of course fixed income beneficiaries. Things are changing rapidly right now, and as you probably noticed, we're getting a lot of announcements out of the administration, lawmakers, Congress as a whole, and a variety of other people with authority out there right now. There's a lot that's going on and things are changing very rapidly. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and please remember, I am here for you in any way that I possibly can be. That's my dedication and my commitment to you and the community, and as always, I'm sticking to it. All right, thanks again. Let's jump into it and talk about these 4 dedicated state stimulus check programs and the details that have changed on these programs. Now, here's the deal. Just a few days ago, I was actually out in a separate video talking about 21 different states out there right now that have either approved stimulus checks or they have some type of money going out for low income. Actually, I'm going to link that video down below. If you did not see that video yet, I would highly recommend after you get done watching this one, go back and watch that one. And again, down below at the top of the comment section, I will link that video. Make sure to check that one out because there are 21 states out there right now that are sending out stimulus checks to low income residents. That's a lot of people out there, millions upon millions of Americans. However, I do want to focus on 4 dedicated state stimulus check programs right here in this video because these are new programs that have recently popped up, or they are getting a second go around here and working through the final stages of approval. And in one of these states, some things have changed and are now including fixed income beneficiaries where previously you weren't included. So this is actually pretty cool stuff. All right, so let's go through these state stimulus check programs in the order that I read them off at the beginning of the video, starting with the $2,000, and we'll work our way down to the $300 program. All right, so the $2,000 check is actually coming out of Pennsylvania. So the governor of the state of Pennsylvania is still working on a $2,000 check. And again, this one is coming around for second round. So this has been a kind of a top, like a hot ticket item here in the state of Pennsylvania for quite a while now. The governor of the state of Pennsylvania has been working on these $2,000 checks for quite a while now, and nothing ever happened for quite a few months. And now he's back at it yet again, urging the Congress and legislation in the state of Pennsylvania to actually pass these $2,000 checks for a bunch of residents in the state of Pennsylvania, which, by the way, they anticipate this would reach about 250,000 people who would apply for this. And again, this is going to be coming right out of the state surplus. All of these states out there right now, I've said this before, I'm going to say it really quickly again. All of these states are flush with cash right now. They have so much money. It is unbelievable. States typically do not have that much money, but right now, all of these states are sitting on billions and billions of dollars, mostly because of all the money that they got from that $350 billion that was sent out from the federal government last year. Along with that, they're getting all these tax revenues. They're getting a lot of extra money coming in right now. So these states are sitting on record surpluses of cash right now. It's unbelievable how much money these states have. Well, as a result of that, they're sending some of this out in the form of stimulus checks for millions of Americans all across the country. Like I said in that video the other day, 21 states have approved stimulus checks or some type of payments going out to millions of Americans all across the country. A lot of big stuff going on right now. All right, so that is out of the state of Pennsylvania. And again, these are not approved yet. However, this is a second go around now where they're trying to get these $2,000 checks in the state of Pennsylvania approved with an income for the, the eligibility and the income requirements on this. Again, for those individuals with an income under $80,000, which again, which will encompass a lot of people, right? $80,000 in that state. Now, let's quickly talk about the $1,400 checks that have been approved as well. These are in Johnson County of Iowa. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know where Johnson County is in Iowa. I probably could look it up, but again, if you're in Johnson County, Iowa, you probably know where you are, and you're probably located in there. If that is the case for you, please do some research on this. Look it up, because they are sending out $1,400 stimulus checks for thousands and thousands of people in Johnson County, Iowa. Please look it up if you're located in that county, so you can see what you can do to grab your $1,400 if you're in that location. Now again, this is certainly not as big of a program as the $2,000 checks going out to tons and tons of people in the state of Pennsylvania, all across the entire state of Pennsylvania. But even in Iowa, even just Johnson County, again, I don't know the population of Johnson County. Honestly, I did not look it up. I did not look where the county is. But again, I want to urge you, if you're in Johnson County or you're located around Johnson County, Iowa, please look it up. Make sure you can grab that money if you're in that area. Now, let's quickly talk about the next program, the $1,050. This one is out of the state of California. This is a huge, huge program. It's anticipated to reach about 23 million residents of the state of California. However, some things have changed with this program, and I do want to break it down for you. Now, remember, over the last couple years here in the state of California, we've seen the Golden State stimulus checks going out to millions and millions of residents. About 27 million people the Golden State stimulus checks reached. However, this next $1,050 or up to that per household is actually going to be reaching about 23 million residents. But guess what? This is no longer a Golden State stimulus check, but rather this is an inflation relief check just in the state of California. However, check this out. So previously with the Golden State stimulus checks, you needed to file a tax return and you had to have income between $1 and $75,000 in order to get that Golden State stimulus check in the state of California. However, as a result of that, many people living on a fixed income, because your income is zeroed out because of the standard deduction and all kinds of other things, your income is generally zeroed out on a tax return because your income might be $10,000. The standard deduction being over $12,000, it zeroes your income out, right? Therefore, you did not post an income. Well, as a result of that, many people who are receiving fixed income benefits were not receiving the Golden State stimulus checks in the state of California. However, check this out. Because of this inflation relief check in the state of California now, the income thresholds are now $0 up to three different tiers of income, right? So as a result of that, even fixed income beneficiaries now, according to my understanding of this in the state of California, can now be eligible for these inflation relief checks in the state of California. This is amazing because remember, the Golden State stimulus checks for fixed income beneficiaries of Social Security, retirement, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB, all of these fixed income beneficiaries, if your income was zeroed out, or maybe you were low income, if your income was zeroed out, you probably did not get the Golden State stimulus checks. But guess what? Now, with the inflation relief check out of the state of California, up to $1,050 per household, or $350 would be the maximum you can get. And again, based on income, there's three different tiers on that in the state of California, but even with an income of $0, you can still get it. Now, I want to throw this out there for you really quickly. And again, I want to preface this by saying, this is not tax advice, this is not accounting advice, this is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form, but I do want to give you this information just in the event that you're located in the state of California. You can take the necessary steps or talk to somebody that knows your situation so you can grab that money. You may still need to file a state tax return in the state of California. Now, again, I don't know your situation. Everybody's situation is very different, so this is not tax advice at all, but I'm simply telling you, you may still need to file a tax return, because the reason for that would be this would be the way that the state of California would then get your personal information to issue that check to you and directly deposit it into a bank account and or drop it in the mail and mail it to you as a physical paper check. That's why they would do that. So they would do it to get your personal information, to make sure that you are qualified for it. And then, of course, they would also do that to collect the information to make sure that your income is within the thresholds, and they determine how much you're actually eligible for. Does that kind of make sense? So check into that. If you're located in the state of California, again, 23 million residents of the 40 million residents in the state of California are eligible for this. So more than 50% of the people in California are actually eligible for this. So please look into this. If you're in California, talk to somebody that knows your situation. Maybe talk to your accountant, your CPA if you have one, and talk to them to see how you can grab this money in the state of California. But again, I want to throw that out there because this one is very different than the Golden State stimulus checks, where honestly you weren't included in many instances because your income was probably zero because it was zeroed out because of the standard deduction. And now even somebody with a zero income could get it. And again, this is based on my understanding of the inflation relief check in the state of California. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, check that out if you're located in California. Next, now let's talk about Idaho, and this is the $300. Now, Idaho is on the cusp of passing a $300 check in the state of Idaho for the low income. And again, by the way, all of these check programs all across the entire country in all these different states, they're all highly focused on the low income. They never ever come out and say, a high income stimulus check has been approved. There's no such thing. Never been, probably never will be, okay? There's not stimulus checks for higher income individuals. So anytime that we talk about stimulus checks on the state level or the federal level, anything like this, it's always focused on the low income. Always, okay? But again, sometimes low income is different thresholds. A lot of times it's about $75,000 as an individual, and $150,000 is what they determine as a low income for a married couple. So again, just please take that into consideration as well. Those are their thresholds on low income. I don't know, seems kind of weird to me. That doesn't really seem like a low income, but that's just what they determine it as. So take that into consideration as well. But anyway, the state of Idaho, again, $300 checks for a bunch of residents in the state of Idaho. So I want to bring you these updates here because some of this information has changed, especially that one out of California where fixed income beneficiaries can now be eligible for these checks, the inflation relief checks in the state of California, just like I talked about all the details there a few seconds ago. So if you're located in any of these states, like I mentioned, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Johnson County, California, the entire state of California, and the entire state of Idaho. Please check into these programs. If you're located in those states, see what you got to do to claim the money and see what you got to do to kind of jump through the hoops to make sure that you get all that money. Now, one more thing that I want to throw out there really fast here, and I said this earlier, I want to say it again really quickly. In the state of Pennsylvania, it has not been approved quite yet. It's getting close. It looks kind of promising in the state of Pennsylvania, but it has not been passed yet. So they still need to work their way through the state legislature in the state of Pennsylvania to get that thing finally passed. But again, as of right now, it has not passed in the state of Pennsylvania. So just keep that in consideration. However, as I do get more details, of course, I'll continue to keep you posted on any of these programs or any other states out there right now that continue to come up with all these new announcements on checks, inflation relief checks, stimulus checks, tax rebates, tax credits. I mean, honestly, it's a bunch of different names for literally the exact same thing. So even if they call it an inflation relief check, that's just a nice way of saying it's a stimulus check. Even if they call it a tax rebate, it's still a stimulus check. Because remember, the 3 checks that we got from the federal government from early 2020 into early 2021 were also an advance on a refundable tax credit. Same exact thing. However, they called it a stimulus check or an economic impact payment is what they called it. All the exact same thing. 3 different names for literally the exact same thing, and they're all stimulus checks. Just keep that into consideration, okay? Anyway, if you're located in these states, please make sure to do some research on this. Otherwise, make sure to check out that video down below. I'm going to have it linked at the top of the comment section, and also feel free to scroll back and find it. It's just from a few days ago. It's titled 21 states, or no, maybe it's titled something like 21, what is it even called? I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know the title. It's something like 21 states issuing stimulus checks. It's something along those lines. Scroll back. It's just a few videos back. You can find it there, but it gives you the full list of all the states issuing stimulus checks and what you need to do to grab the money. And again, I will have that link down below. So anyway, thanks again for watching this. I really do appreciate it. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, have a good one. Thanks so much, and I hope this helps you out. Please leave your comments, questions, and feedback down below. And of course, as I do get more details on anything going on right now, I'll be right here for you, helping you out in any way that I can. It's my dedication. And scroll back and check out some of the other videos here on the channel, as we're giving away thousands and thousands of dollars right now. We're doing cash drops. We're sending out tons of cool stuff to those of you here in the community. So go back and check out the other videos here on the channel. And again, until next time, enjoy, and I'll catch you again later in the next video. I'll see you for now. See ya.